Hi, and welcome along to the best of enemies.
My ball's black. Hey, stop. I'm going to jump off.
Hey, you looking trim though. What have you been in the gym
you haven't.
now?
You've been running from the show.
I'm past caring if Tottenham even win now. I'm here. Expressions FC.
Don Robbie is here in Saudi Arabia.
Man. Yeah, here we
Come
go.
to take over. What about your team?
It's not about Man United right now.
When was the last time you even won a game?
Saudi Arabia versus Oman.
I'm a Saudi Arabia, man. They ain't gonna let me down. What an exciting game. You were rough. You weren't rough.
That was offside. We are here today for the burial of Arsenal's Premier League dreams. Let's start again. Hi, and welcome along to the best of enemies. How you doing, Rob? How are you, bro?
Well, none of you two can talk to me because at least we challenge for the league. Al Riyadh, they're taking on Al Nassr today. Big game. One of the biggest games of the season.
Yalla, yalla, yalla.
Riyadh will say ole, ole.
You will never even win the Champions League because we see things you will never see, Robbie.
Do you know how shameless you are, bro? You're supposed to be winning the league, but you're doing a hate-along, bro. I've been chased by a tractor. You've brought in opera singers. When you say Tottenham, you put respect on us, blood, yeah?
Depart the room for about the next 5 minutes or so.
How?
Because we're going to talk about the Champions League.
Emotional.
Who would have thought a Tottenham fan, a Manchester United fan, and an Arsenal fan would get along? Well, sometimes.
Seven o'clock, people. Saturday football show with myself, AGT. We got Crumbs, we got Liv, we got James, and we got Nick. Oh yeah, come on. We're back. Get back in there, people. It is Saturday football show time, where we go through all of the scores that have happened so far on a Saturday.
And there's about to be another one right now, Alex.
West Ham, 73 minutes in, 0-0 at home to Bournemouth. But what's happened today? Well, this man's team has played. Rob,
they have indeed.
Right towards
Wow.
the end of the game. Ooh,
Some might say, allegedly.
Aston Villa 1, Leeds 1, Brentford 0. James Milner. Round of applause for James Milner.
Fair play.
654 Premier League appearances
Absolutely
from 2002 to 2026. What an achievement. We'll be speaking about that
Had to be
in
a Leeds
due
boy.
time. Yeah. Chelsea throwing it away at the end. There's only one team that after in winning positions have thrown away more points than Chelsea. That is West Ham.
Right, so you're looking at us, mate. I'm pretty sure we're up there.
Well, you might be up there as well. Chelsea won. Burnley won in the end. A red card once again. 6 red cards for Chelsea this season. 2 clear of any other team. Wesley Fofana, they got sent off. And it was Fleming right at the death, which nicks a point for the Clarets. And of course, West Ham, Bournemouth is on now. Manchester City, Newcastle, an 8 o'clock Saturday night kickoff. And then loads to preview tomorrow. Mostly from these two big Arsenal fans. Obviously, the North London derby tomorrow, right, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, as well as Crystal Palace Wolves, Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool at 2 o'clock tomorrow, as well as Sunderland, Fulham, and on Monday night, Everton versus Manchester United. How are we all? All good?
Phenomenal, mate.
I've calmed down. from last week.
Oh yeah, hold that.
Yeah, hold that.
I haven't seen you since,
it's settled now. The
You're
dust
starting
is settled.
to...
Wibble wobble?
Yeah. No, I was doing that for weeks. I was
Mate, get
the red
out of
flags
here.
were very apparent weeks before. So like for it to come now to reality is annoying. It's very frustrating. We're making it harder than we need to. But look, we got another opportunity. The only good thing is because we get so many games back to back, it's an opportunity for us to rectify it at the North London derby, which we'll talk about. So yeah,
of course we'll talk about it. Of course we'll have
Muy
a
dan
look.
generoso.
No, we will. We have to. We must. Smash our like button, people. Get your comments in. Did your team win today on the Saturday football show, as well as the Prem and a couple of championship fixtures? We like to know if your team has won. Saturday football. Have you played today?
Have I played? No, I'm a Sunday league
You're a Sunday,
merchant,
of course
mate.
you are.
9 a.m. tomorrow, my friend.
Who are you playing tomorrow?
I think it's a team called Kolos FC.
Okay.
After we just got battered by Skins and Zins, we need to bounce back with a thing. Yeah, exactly. And they packed us in 5-2, so we need to come back with a vengeance.
What do you play? What position do you play?
I play on the wing.
Okay.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm a midget, so you know, it has to be done, mate.
Of course. But listen, did your football team win? Right? Premier League, Championship, League 1, 2, National League as well. Saturday football, did your team win? What a massive weekend it is here on DR Sports. Tomorrow, we actually have a watch-along, boys and girls. Right? North London derby from 4 o'clock on DR Sports. Do not miss it. FCM straight after it. Then, of course, Monday. Abby, hopefully she's back from her illness that she's going through at the minute. Hopefully not too serious. No, I don't know why you're laughing. It's fine.
Why are you saying that?
You said that so
She'll be
ominously.
back.
The first time hearing about it, so I'm going to trust them.
Yeah. Oh, chance. Alex Scott. Oh, great save by the keeper. But yes, in all seriousness, Abby should be back on Monday. And obviously Robbie. So someone's getting cooked. Will it be Tottenham? Will it be Arsenal? Gunner 450 super chat says, watching the stream. And the curling is getting good. I hope you're talking about the Winter Olympics there, my friend.
Yeah, that's
easy.
Oh, he's talking about Somerville.
I can't lie to you.
He's talking about Somerville
The Winter
curling
Olympics curling has been a top watch. I don't know if you guys have been watching it so far. A lot of controversy as well in the curling. Bit of cheating going on.
I told you, mate. That is Somerville's trademark. Let me tell you something.
He's a player.
I have seen this guy cut it in on his right foot and wrap it top bins more than I can count.
Yeah.
That right foot curler is the Somerville special. How many roughly? We're talking 15, 20, mate. 15.
Hold on, you can't.
He scored 20 plus goals for us.
Hold on. Didn't he score a winner at Anfield? Like 92nd minute?
Yeah, he did. He did actually. Funny story, mate. Funny story. He did score a winner at Anfield to end your undefeated run, and then he wouldn't talk to me after. He was upset about it.
Untrue. Oh, what a miss that could be.
He didn't want to get the cooking.
What a disaster.
Another corner.
It's another corner for the Hammers. 77 minutes gone. Crescencio Somerville whips it in.
Can he stop,
It's
mate?
good defending in the end.
Can he stop? Honestly, mate.
West Ham with a good run of form as well,
He's got
man.
to score. Is that Wilson? Yeah, he had
missed
to
it as well,
score.
and they've given
In the
another
Callum
one.
Wilson derby as well.
Please get it out. Somerville, don't do anything here, mate.
Good ball in once again. Right on the keeper.
Put it right on the money.
That was an Arsenal special. That
was.
almost.
Right, that is definitely. Right, we'll keep an eye on that one, of course. Let's talk about the football that's already finished today in the Premier League. No 12:30 kickoffs today, right, at all. Let's start at Chelsea then. Bit of it's definitely a tale of two halves, this one. Pedro Neto assisting João Pedro for his goal. That's 6 in 6 now for the Chelsea striker. After 4 minutes, you're thinking, right, an early goal against the Clarets who are struggling. Surely that's only one-way traffic, but it wasn't. They kept knocking at the door, Burnley, and they got their due reward right at the end. Fleming in the 93rd minute after Chelsea went down to 10. When you look at the table at the minute, again, right, like you say, Quams, 4 wins in a row for Chelsea it was. Now it's 2 wins in a row, 45 points on the board, 6 defeats this season. That was the kind of game that they just simply had to win. I remember, I think it was Roy Jennings in the week said, look, he's done well so far, Liam Rossigna, but this was the true start, and it's at home against Burnley. You can't get it over the line. Obviously Burnley are going to be a lot more impressed with that point than anyone else. But who is to blame there for Chelsea to not finish this game off, Calms, when they were 1-0 up, to get that red card? The manager couldn't change it around enough, and it's more points dropped for Chelsea in their quest to stay in the top 4.
It's just to do with a lot of the defensive errors that they have. I think going forward, they're not bad. Chelsea are not bad under Rossigna, but I just feel like defensively, they've got too many frailties, and it seems to be costing them. Sanchez, I know us Chelsea fans, I know you hate me, but I've called him out. He is one of your weak links. As much as you say he's your best player this season or your best keeper, 100%, I get that, but he's not your strongest. James as well, having James on, you would expect that experience for him to kind of, steady the ship and see out the result with a 1-0. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is their discipline at the back, with Fofana getting sent off again. The amount of red cards Chelsea have been getting it's ridiculous, literally ridiculous. But it's just lapse of concentration, especially with the way that they conceded that goal from the corner. It was really disappointing for them.
Sorry, the thing is as well, like for Chelsea, talking about Rossigna, this is not the first time that Chelsea have done this season. Sorry, as Bournemouth were on the attack.
Come on, please wrap it in, my son. Oh, that is so dead. What's he stop him running for, man? Go for it, honestly.
Alex Scott
know,
straight to
mate.
the torso. It looks like it's in the old ghoulies there. That's going to hurt in the morning. Back to you.
Yeah, but as I was saying, like you can talk about Rossigna fine, but like do you remember the Sunderland game earlier this season when they lost it right at the end? They've had a few performances, like they lost away to Fulham, another red card there. So it's not like this is the first time we've seen Chelsea drop this kind of performance where there's a game for them that to be had and they haven't been able to take it. Yeah. So this is a characteristic of Chelsea this season which comes down to also the fact that a lot of their players are a bit young, a bit inexperienced, don't know how to kind of kill the game off, whether that be to score another or just to control the game. So this has been a bit of a characteristic of this Chelsea side this season in general, Rafinha or not Rafinha.
Yeah, James, when you look at Chelsea's run of form, they were flying really. 4 wins in a row, 2 draws in a row.
Yeah.
At this time in the season, when there's only 11 games left, and you look at their fixture list, this one was just, right, move on, we get the win, 2-3-0 in the bag. Football's never obviously that simple, but for Chelsea, they'll be absolutely gutted to not win that game, surely.
No, they would be, and it's really bad because, as you say, Rafinha was under a lot of pressure before he came into the club, and he started to alleviate that with some very good performances, I thought, and good results coming along with it. Obviously, the 4-game winning streak was going to come to an end because their next team was, of course, the team that always dispatch of them, which is Leeds. You know, Leeds, Chelsea, always wipe the floor with them, so that was always going to be a gimme off that one. And then you go into a game against Burnley, and again, I'm not going to say they're not creating enough chances. I'm not going to blame Rafinha because they were by far the better team today, in my opinion, and once again, not taking chances and a lack of clinicality. Even if you take it back to the game against us in the league, I mean, the fact we managed to get out of that with a point from a Leeds perspective is criminal. I mean, the Cole Palmer miss at the end, there was a litany of João Pedro misses in there. They were slapping us aside, but once again, the Achilles heel, as Tavernier comes through there, the Achilles heel of Chelsea is their defence. I mean, it's like a drunk man on a pogo stick. You put a little bit of pressure and they will crumble. Like, genuinely, like some of their defending, like even if I just look at 2 of the goals Leeds have scored against Chelsea, they've come from literally winning the ball back off the defender, him slipping on his, like their defence. Fofana, Chalobah, I don't rate any of their, I don't rate any of their centre halves. And you can't blame Rafinha for individual errors and stupid mistakes and someone getting sent off, because that was the game changer today, really. It was the going down to 10 men.
Though, the Palmer chance, where Palmer was through on goal. And I was expecting Palmer to obviously to dink it over the keeper.
Gets past Kyle Walker, doesn't he?
Gets past Kyle Walker because Kyle Walker makes a mistake, and you think, all right, cool, you got enough time, but maybe he had too much time to think about it.
And I think the miss before must have affected him as well. Because when you miss a sitter like that in the last minute against Leeds, and then you're going into the next game, you're second guessing everything, and that's why you said a little bit too much time. Maybe he's overthinking it.
I actually think Walker was getting back to him quickly, and I think Palmer knew, which is why he went for the early shot instead of like, because he could have tried to dink it. To be fair, I think he panicked a little bit because Kyle Walker made a horrible mistake to begin with, obviously, but his recovery pace is still somewut there, and I feel like he felt him coming.
Enough time,
but the shot was poor in the end. It was poor in the end.
That's the defence, which has been porous. 19 points conceded from winning positions, Chelsea. But the goal itself, I mean, that's total football. The Santos gives it into Caicedo, and that ball for Pedro Neto is unbelievable. He's cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players out of the game. Ball comes across. And João Pedro, I wanted to talk about him because out of all new summer signings now, he's got the most goals out of all the summer signings in the Prem. Really? Is he going quietly under the radar, or is he... I mean, he scored today, but they haven't won. Has he still done enough? Yes, he's now scored the most. He's on a bit of a run now in terms of, goals consecutively. But has he still flat to deceive on the eye test, maybe, Quams?
Is João Pedro? No. I think he's a quality player. I wanted him at Arsenal. He's probably a better version of a Gabriel Jesus. He's very dynamic up top. His movement is top notch. His physicality is also good, and he's got an eye for goal, and he can strike the ball very well. So I'm happy for him. And when you make that statement about how many goals he scored out of all of the signings, I'm not surprised, because you could always see him scoring goals. He's done that at Brighton, and then obviously he's moved to a bigger club. No disrespect to Brighton themselves, but as a cross comes in, just knocked out. He moves to a bigger club, and he's just hit the ground running. He's probably been Chelsea's main saving grace up top, because he gets these important goals, whether it be in the Premier League, Champions League, etc.
Especially with Palmer's absence, he's really stepped up. And as you touched on there, the one thing I really love about him, his movement. He is such an intelligent forward. He can find spaces, gaps, pockets. He's so good at breaking through that last line. Like, he gets so many chances. It's unbelievable sometimes because of how good his movement is. And I think if you saw for larger periods of the season, maybe if Palmer wasn't out for as long and they could get a stable line of people behind him, maybe you could see some cohesion going there. But I expect a lot of big things from João Pedro. I think technically he is outstanding.
He is good. I think the goals are paying off right now, but they're not really turning into massive points gain there for Chelsea. Liv, the goal itself, what a cross from James Ward-Prowse. I mean, when you want a man in the 93rd minute to go nick you an assist, it's an unbelievable cross. We know his body curvature. He whips that ball so well. Well, why are you laughing, mate? See, this is the kind of smut that I'm working with.
No, I mean, it was just so expertly
Curvature.
delivered.
You know, technique to get that whip.
It was just a great
It's a
delivery
great
from
header.
you, mate.
Whatever happened, though, Liv, to a man on the back post, right? We can do all the man v man. We can do the zonal stuff. When I was playing, one at the front, one at the back, that goal is saved, is it not, by someone on the back stick there, Liv?
Of course, it's basics, and you have to get the basics right. I call it, it's just lazy defending.
And they could have won it.
I know, and you cannot do lazy, and we have seen this ourselves conceding late. You cannot do that sort of thing in the last stoppage minutes of the game. You will pay.
And it's a great finish from Fleming, who's adding a few more goals to his catalogue, and they're nice-looking goals.
You've
Great
been big
header
on
across.
Fleming since the beginning of the
I do
season.
like
Fair
it.
play
I
to
do
you.
like
That's
it.
a shout.
No, I remember
Technique-wise,
first few games of the season you were talking about him, so fair play to you because he's
and
proved
after
you
the
right.
93rd minute, there was a chance for Burnley to head it and win it, and then a chance for Liam Delap. Speaking of strikers, why hasn't it worked out for Liam Delap at Chelsea so far? Yes, a hat-trick of assists against Hull City, his former club last week in the FA Cup. But why in the Premier League? I mean, that number 9 shirt just seems so cursed with Chelsea.
Should I be real? I just
No, Summerville, please don't. Go on, don't do it to me. Oh, you ain't got
Liam
stabbed in the
Delap,
heart like
for
that,
me,
bro.
I just don't know if he is that good. Like, I think he's okay. Like, I think he could be a good striker. Like, he might be a good bottom half of the Premier League striker. Is he a Chelsea level striker? I'm not. Like, I think he's got in total about like 9 or 10 Premier League goals total in his career. So like, it's not. He's never been prolific before. There was aspects of his game that you liked when he was at Ipswich in terms of good hold-up play, physically dominant at times. But he's not technically at the levels of a top 6 striker, I don't think. No. So I just don't know if he is. I think maybe he is at best a backup striker for someone like Chelsea, never a starting striker.
I think with him, when you saw him last season, you saw a lot of potential. And so you were like, okay, if he goes to a big club, can that be unlocked? But he's not really done that. It's difficult because I wanted him last January just for reinforcements.
Yeah.
So
He used to give us a lot of problems.
Would you swap him for Victor Gyökeres?
Swap him for Trossard and Martinelli. That's how I was bloody swapping for.
I don't know about that personally.
But yeah, no, I'm not swapping him for Gyökeres. But yeah, Delap is also his injuries. He picked up I think it was a nasty injury, wasn't it, at the start of the season? So that's kind of throwing him off a little bit. But yeah, it's a bigger pond he's fishing in. This is different. This is Chelsea, and he's not doing the best at the moment. But we'll see. They still got enough games to prove to get some more goals in. But yeah, it's disappointing for them. I was looking at to be honest, the next couple of games. Obviously, they got us. That is next. They got Villa as well away from home. That's going to be a difficult one. Then they got Newcastle as well. So they've got quite a few difficult games to come up as well.
Yeah, just on Chelsea, Elijah here in the chat says Chelsea will not make it into the top 5. Gunner 450. I thought Chelsea would beat Burnley at home. I'm pretty sure everyone did.
Should have, yeah.
Greetings from South Africa. DR Crew says Brian. Shout out to you. How are we, fella? Big up. Liam Delap is the worst Premier League striker ever, says Elijah. Very opinionated Elijah there in the chat.
The worst striker ever.
The worst Premier League striker.
Sesko has entered the chat.
Oh dear.
No, but if you go through all the teams, you might be onto one though.
You know
Stats
what,
wise, maybe.
Sorry, the thing about Chelsea not being top 5, right? You said obviously Arsenal next, right? So Arsenal, Villa, still got Newcastle, still got City, still got United, still got Liverpool, and still got Tottenham.
Liam might be out of a job, mate, if he's not careful.
But Chelsea are one of those teams, man. They just seem to turn. It's just their inconsistency plagues them, and they always seem to flounder some of these weird results. Like you touched the Sunderland one, that they should not be losing to these teams. But in a lot of the big games this season, they've turned it on at times. Yes, times they've flattered to deceive, like the game against you where Maresca subbed everyone off and just sacked the game off.
And that was a red card from from the off as well, so that changed the game.
I think we were here together actually when that happened. He sacked the game off instantly, but you've seen many times this season Chelsea have turned it on in the big games. And sometimes, like when I look at Spurs, for example, after a couple of bad results, you want some big games coming in. Like I know we're going to touch on it later, but I think Spurs going into this game, this is the perfect game for them. And I think Chelsea having a few big games could benefit them as well.
Absolutely right. Big draw that for Burnley, not so much for Chelsea, who dropped points at home once again. 6 minutes added on at the London Stadium. It's still 0-0. I think there's going to be a corner here for West Ham. I'm impressed by this Tati Castellanos.
I like it.
I've quite liked him. I think he
foul.
started 6 games in a row. And again, the West Ham striker curse is the next level. If there's a Chelsea one, then there's definitely a West Ham one as well. Let's go then to the other big game today. Obviously before the Man City Newcastle game. This one is the Villa, right? 1-0 in the end. The goal from Stach. I mean, you've been speaking about him quite a lot on this show, rattling my ear holes about this fella all season long. That free kick, if you guys haven't seen it at home,
Exquisite,
I implore you to watch
sublime.
it.
Did he mean it though? Did he mean it?
Yes,
absolutely.
of course.
Did he mean it?
He has a look. He has a look.
Did he mean it?
No,
That
he
is
has a look.
his
He has a
third
look.
direct free kick goal this season
That's
in the
not bad.
Premier League alone, and all of them were top bins. So you tell me now if he
If
means it.
If that's his third, is that not top? Isn't he not top?
I think
probably
Szoboszlai's
is.
got
Might be.
4 maybe.
Or Szoboszlai will be close because he scored some
Szoboszlai
straight.
No, but
kicks
he
are better.
absolutely meant
He-
it though.
No,
No doubt about it.
Stacking
in the
it,
replay,
mate.
you can see him looking here.
Mate,
and then he
he's
does
done
it
that
with the eyes.
trademark
Yeah,
goal
he's
so
definitely
many
whipped it.
times,
How-
mate.
What do you mean? How does he mean that? Of course he does.
Listen,
Miles
he's
away
trying to
from
rage,
anyone.
mate. Look at him. You should be able to read this by now, mate. Read him like a children's book. I mean, listen, mate.
Hook, line and sinker, mate. Come on.
That is some finish. It reminds me of, do you remember Fabio Aurelio did that to Petr Cech in the Champions League for Liverpool, about 40 yards out. Everyone thinks he's going back stick, he's going to whip it in for a cross. But at the last second, the technique on that to kind of wrap it back round.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's an unbelievable strike. And I
Yeah.
think that's up there, goal of the season for me.
Yeah,
It's
you get if
definitely a
you
contender for goal of the season.
got.
for
I
sure.
wouldn't quite put it
Maybe
goal
not season,
because he
but
scored a
month.
couple. I think the Wolves free kick he scored was slightly better, and then if you're talking free kicks, I think the Szoboszlai one against Arsenal that
No,
would
against
that would have
City.
to
Against City,
one.
the City one was
City one was
better.
better.
The Arsenal one off the
City one was
inside of the
better.
post.
The technique
Maybe,
was better.
well, listen, mate, we can all debate it. They're all phenomenal goals, but listen, mate, Stach is he's one of those midfielders on a set piece, corners, free kicks. He gets the whip in it because you talk about going near post. That's the most difficult thing from a free kick from that area because you have to get so much pace on the ball to be able to beat the keeper near post, and to still get that dip and get the accuracy right is something sensational. And he's got that quality, and he's really the only midfielder we have with any kind of quality. And to touch on the game for the most part, it's deflating because to hold off for the entire game and then concede an 88th minute goal, especially when 10 minutes before that you have a great chance with Nemecha, 1-on-1, 4 yards out, header straight down the face of the goal. You just actually seen it there.
Right, though, doesn't
That's
he?
his first touch of the football.
Down.
Well, that's his first touch of the football. He literally had just come on the pitch. That was his first touch. He'd been on for 20 seconds. So what an entrance that would have been. And to concede straight after, you have to be disappointed. But if I was a Villa fan going away from that game, you would have been saying Leeds robbed 3 points because Villa were all over us like a rash, mate. We tried the Sudacrem, was not stopping it. They were just piling forward with attack after attack after attack. And listen, mate, they deserve their goal. They deserve their goal. I'm not going to say from a Villa perspective they didn't deserve a point. I think a point, given everything that happened as West Ham blaze it over the bar, a point is a fair reflection of the game. But again, it goes to show Villa, we've seen that a lot of times where they've played a lot of good football. Yeah,
Just
Sudacrem.
confirmation, it is Sudacrem.
Yes, I know. Hence why I said Sudacrem.
No, you're correct.
Do you guys know what it's for?
Yeah, anything.
All sorts of things.
Yeah, okay, there was a specific thing that we used to use it, but mostly for rashes. So basically,
nappy rashes and
but
Yeah,
in certain
nappy
areas, but we won't get onto that.
My dad used to use that for everything on me. Whatever injury, rash I had, broken ankles, whack a bit of that on.
I used to use it when I was young, but we won't go into it. But as I said, we will. As I said, from a Villa perspective, they were just they have so many attacking
I'm
options.
looking at
Morgan
the stats.
Rogers on the ball is quality, and the second half they were just peppering us with chances after chances after chances. And
Jay, but I'm going to give you a bit of hope here. The XG, if anyone wants to know, was 1.39 to 1.35. 14 shots for Leeds, 16 for the home team Villa, and both shared 4 shots on target.
They did, but what I'll tell you about Villa is they were creating the chance before the chance, the assist before the assist. They would get into that golden area and they would fluff their lines. Morgan Rogers fluffed about 5, 6, 7 crosses in that second half. You can look at Sancho, who did a similar thing, who actually kind of changed the game. He came on a little bit.
Sancho was good.
Some great deliveries in there,
Really
but just a lack of clinicality. And when you talk about Aston Villa sneaking into the top 4, keeping it, it's that lack of cutting edge in those key decisive moments. I've seen it a few times from this season that might just pull them down. I still think Emery will have enough to get them over the line, but that would definitely be something I would look at from a Villa perspective. And from a Leeds perspective, as I said, to hold off for that long, you need the points desperately right now, because that would have put us right in the mix, right behind Brighton, who unfortunately won today. Would have put you right onto that, climbing up behind Sunderland, Newcastle. But now you're looking down at West Ham, who thankfully have just drawn to keep everything stable down there. But from a Leeds perspective, you're disappointed, but you can't be too mad.
You're picking up points though. You've got some really good results over.
Couple of decent points, yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea was a good one. I'm happy compared to where we were at the beginning of the season, of course. Where we were at the beginning of the season was dire. Yeah, we should have beaten Liverpool, so I'm a bit disappointed on that one. But when you look at the Premier League table, that's why I'm not too comfortable, because I think you're going to need a lot of points to survive this year. Yeah. West Ham now, who've been picking up decent form, they're 25 points. They're only 6 points behind us. Couple of bad weeks, couple of good weeks for them, everything changes. So I think you're going to need 39, 40 points to survive this year.
You would have taken a draw at the start of the day?
No.
No?
You need a win, because you look at some of the games. Yeah, away to Villa. Villa, we've always done decently against the past 10 years. We've always had a good track record, relatively. A lot of needle, because we spent a lot of time in the Championship together. We obviously had that controversy where we finished 20 points odd above them and they still got promoted in the playoffs instead, and we gave them that goal with the whole Bielsa thing. But they... We've always done decent against them. We did very decent against them in the first game. We really should have won the first one. So I thought, you know what, I back us today. And
but a draw away at Villa Park,
not bad at all.
Is really good.
In the context of this season,
I wouldn't expect you lot to win, even though you've had that history at Villa Park or against Villa. To get a draw, get a point against Aston Villa, who are really trying to go for that, that top 4 Champions League position. I think it's
but how long can you keep this for? If we've been on such a good run of not dropping many points, how long is that going to last is what I'm thinking. So you want to accrue as many points, because there is probably going to be a wobbly patch from now to the end of the season,
got
right?
City next, all right?
Exactly.
You've got Sunderland, Norwich in the FA Cup, Crystal Palace, and then Brentford. So yeah, all right, cool. You got a few difficult games, but that should give you the confidence, to go into those games with, we haven't got much to lose. Yeah, the other teams are a few points behind us, but I thought you had more of a sticky situation before. I think when you was calling for your manager's head before, you said, he needs to
we were done for. Yeah. No. Hey, listen, mate, if you'd have told me 20 games ago we'd be at this point in the table, I'd bite your hand off, mate. I'll bite your hand off. Like, to survive is everything.
Yeah,
listen, mate, we're in a good position. Yeah. It's in our hands. If we throw it away from this point, then that's
2 wins in the last 6 for Leeds. Villa, 2 wins in the last 6 for them. After they had that period, I guess, where people were tipping them as definitely title runners, title contestants. As an Arsenal fan, Liv, you looking at that table now going, well, I mean, let's face it, no one's really being consistent. I'm looking across the whole table, including Arsenal, but do you look at Villa now and go, yeah, they're not catching us?
Yeah, I do, but I think not just because of today. I think even the manager himself, the way he's been conducting himself and what he's been saying, I don't think even he believed. He said, did he not say that we won't finish in the top 5?
He did, yeah.
What kind of manager comes out? I know you might be thinking it, and there may be issues behind the scenes, but how do you expect your players to come out and fight for a title after saying something like that?
Yeah,
it's 4D chess, mate. With these Spaniards, mate. It's 4D chess. Yeah.
So 1-1 there for Aston Villa.
On Spaniards, sorry. Asuna have just scored a 90th minute winner again. Asuna, sorry. Close enough. Osasuna.
I've been to Osasuna.
They've just scored a 90th minute winner against Real Madrid. They just beat Real Madrid 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah. That's big for La Liga race.
Hold that, Real Madrid.
Barca could go ahead of them.
Anyway, let's move on to Brentford losing at home to Brighton and Hove Albion. I'll be honest, round the table here on Thursday, none of us had this score, Brighton winning away. It's Diego Gomez, 30th minute, and Danny Welbeck made it 2-0 just before half-time. 10th goal of the season now in all comps for Danny Welbeck.
Going to the World Cup.
Well, listen, we've had that debate on this show.
He
pretty
can't
much
go
the whole
to the World
season.
Cup.
Do you reckon?
No, I don't think so.
Surely not. Surely not.
There's about
There's a shout
There's
for
four
it.
strikers
There is a
above
shout
him.
for it.
Let's
You
be
can't deny
honest.
it.
There's not.
Brighton claimed the first league
It's a
win since
whisper.
the 3rd of January. A bit of pressure there on Fabian Herzler. They've won today. Diogo Gomez put the Seagulls ahead before Welbeck capitalised on a rare Nathan Collins error for the visitors' second. But the main story from this game, surely, is Gareth Barry's record being broken by veteran Brighton midfielder James Milner, who has played for Leeds, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool,
Journeyman.
Man City, Brighton.
The whole of the Premier League.
Do you know what? In this day and that's never going to be broken. That record, is it? Surely that's never going to be broken ever again.
Tough one.
I'm trying to think of a player that might maybe close to him.
Who started really early in the Premier League, like in recent years? Saka, but
Bukayo, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
He's
whether
like,
these players stick
yeah,
around
that's the
now
point,
with
yeah,
the
that's the
money
thing.
that's around
just
them.
shows you-
Saka I see staying around as
Yeah.
pretty much
I
until
do,
he can't
yeah.
play it. Like,
But it shows you the level in which,
Yeah.
or the professionalism that he's had, how he's been able to maintain a certain level of fitness.
24 years.
24 years. I think I started school then, like secondary school.
Yeah, because he came out of the blocks firing at 16, James
Yeah, it was
Milner.
ridiculous.
Even went on loan to Swindon at one point
Yeah.
as well. Played his most games for Liverpool. I think it was 230.
But what a
Something like
fantastic
that. It's
career! Like all the things
What
he's
a
done,
testament.
the goals that he's scored. You know, like
Won
it's-
every trophy in the game.
Won every trophy, yeah. So you know what, fair play to him. So yeah, that was obviously like the biggest moment for Brighton, as well as getting a surprising win at the G-Tech. Brentford, I don't know what you lot are doing. This is what gets on my nerves. You put on a performance. You put on a performance against us.
I see what's happening.
And then you roll over to Brighton. This is exactly what I said about most of the teams. You want to turn up for us, but then you can't, get a result against Brighton. But yeah, no, fair play. I guess they just didn't turn up. He gets on my nerves. I swear.
No, I hear it.
It was actually James Milner who was pinging the ball about in the first half that leads to the goal. It's Matoma on the left who cuts inside. I really like this Diego
Matoma's a good
Gomez. I think he's a very good player. Crashes off the bar from the left back and a really good finish from Gomez. Like I said though, Nick, at the start of this game, everyone pretty much had Brentford down to win it, but you got to give a little credit there to Brighton. Not many teams go there and win 2-0 and take the clean sheet as well.
nah, Brentford have been unreal this season. I mean, like looking at the table now, they're 7th on 40 points. So a bit of credit to Keith Andrews for that. But no, it was a good result for Brighton. Like you said, Fabian Herzler has been under a lot of pressure. I mean, that's their first win.
January the 3rd.
January the 3rd, there you go. I mean, they beat us in the FA Cup on January 11th. But yeah, they've had a bad run of form. So it's a good result, and you get a mixed batch of results with Brighton. This is quite.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter who I mean, under the Zerbi they had a really good patch when he was sort of in his pomp doing really well, and you had people like Guardiola giving him credit, etc. But Brighton, I feel like this is kind of what you get with Brighton a little bit. They can be a bit inconsistent, but can pop up with a good performance like we've seen today. Danny Welbeck again, man. You know what? Like, as a United fan, I've said this so many times. We didn't need to sell him when we did. There was no need to sell him. Like,
What year did you actually sell him?
I think it was 2014 or 15. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sold them to us.
Like he could have just stuck around, man. Like he's been. I know he's had injuries, but like he wouldn't have demanded a crazy wage.
No.
He would have been happy being a second string striker. Like I would have just happily kept him around. Like even the season when Man United signed Højlund, I thought we could have brought in Danny Welbeck as a backup to teach Højlund and to teach the young striker coming in. He's another one. He's been around for so long now, hasn't he? Like he's got a Premier League title under his belt.
I remember him playing for United in 2008, something like that.
Yeah, he's been about.
He's been around a long time.
2008.
Yeah, 2008 to
He
2014.
scored in a 5-0 win at
Wow,
home
he's on
to
loan.
Stoke, and he scored a
Oh, he
screamer
might
in
have.
08-09. That's knowledge, by the way.
That is.
You are right.
Thank you. I know I'm right. I know I'm right.
His first appearance was in the 2008-2009.
Loaned in
That's the year
2010.
you got to the Champions League final.
No.
Year after.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
is,
We lost
yeah.
against Barca.
Yeah, beautiful
Forgotten
game.
that one again.
Beautiful game.
Idris says, I'm sorry,
Cheers
but I
for that.
don't accept this effing standards, guys. Brentford is a difficult ground to go to. Brother, they just lost 2-0 at home to 13th place Brighton, says Idris in the chat. It is a tough place to go to, though. We got smoked. Arsenal couldn't win there.
We lost there.
You lost there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. To take a 2-0
But
away.
what is that? To be
Very
honest, I was
nice.
speaking to the missus about it earlier. We were saying
What about Brighton's away record?
Brentford. No, shout out to the missus. 'cause
I
you
was
know-
actually chatting
she
to
knows
her.
football.
Yeah,
she knows
good girl.
football. But we were saying, why is it that they can? Is it a psychological aspect of it? Is it the manager to blame that Brentford didn't perform, or is it the players themselves? Because if they're able to turn up against us, and obviously a Liverpool...
Oh, what a shot that is in the curling, sorry.
What a shot that is in the
curling. Big up curling, right? It's a gold medal game. Great Britain versus Canada right now. It's the 6th end, 4-3. Canada are winning. I mean, that is some strike.
The viewers have now turned off, by the way.
This is a Saturday curling show, people. Forget football. We got team news for you from the Man City Newcastle game too as well. Why are you laughing?
Oh, it's just the weirdest competition ever.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is for me? It's like, who came up with this and went, that's the one.
But who had the ice and had the puck and
just thought,
you know what? At least if you're the guy throwing it, imagine being one of these guys.
If you're the scrubber, that's come on.
Imagine you won a gold medal. Yeah, you bring your gold medal back to your country. They say, "Oh, what did you do?" And you're just scrubbing a floor.
To be fair, if that was me,
it's an Olympic standard, mate.
I actually enjoy watching it. Curling's alright.
At the minute, Canada are definitely on top.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we doing? I'm not sure.
You said team news.
I have got some team news after. Yeah, any more super chats? No, there isn't. But that's a massive goal and a massive win from Danny Welbeck and Brighton and Hove Albion, who, as we say, very inconsistent across the season. But they've won there today in a fantastic away win. Man City, Newcastle at the Etihad. This domination that Man City have over Newcastle. I think it's 20 wins in a row.
So 20 or 21.
20 or 21 in a row. Let's see who they've gone with.
They did draw 2024. So but no,
a lot
undefeated.
Littered with wins,
undefeated.
Though, isn't it? Donnarumma, Mateus Nunes, Ruben Diaz, Gahey, Ait-Nouri at the back for City with Rodri in front of them. Semenyo, I mean, listen to this. Semenyo, Silva, Haaland, Marmoush and O'Reilly as the 6, really. Or the 5, forward attacking players. On the bench, Shirky, Foden, Nico Gonzalez, Rico Lewis, Kusanov, Savinho, Reinders, John Stones and Trafford. On the bench there for City, but Newcastle on the back of a good week. You know, when they beat Villa away, Spurs away, won big time in the Champions League. Pope in goal, Trippier, Chow, Burn and Hall at the back with Ramsey, Tonali and Willock. A bit of a change midfield there. They haven't had the likes of Joel Linton as much as they would have wanted this season. Bruno G's out injured as well. And then it's Elanga, Walter Mada and Anthony Gordon in that front 3. Walter Mada and Elanga especially well out of form. Rumours in the week that have maybe been iced down a little bit now about Walter Mada not being happy at Newcastle, but on the bench for them, Joel Linton, Harvey Barnes, Murphy, Osula, Ramsdale and Shahar. Not littered with names off the bench that can change things there, but what do we think to this one? I mean, Man City desperate to win to go 2 points behind the Gunners. These guys on my right shaking in their boots at Manchester City right now.
It's really cold.
But Newcastle on the back of 3 away wins in the row. Can Newcastle do something here? I mean, Arsenal fans will be hoping they can, Nick.
Yes, of course they will. But for me, there's 2 reasons why it will just be a City win. First of all, City are energised by what they've just seen Arsenal drawing points against Wolves. But the second and most important is Newcastle just don't win if Bruno Guimaraes isn't on the pitch. Like the numbers when Guimaraes does play compared to when he doesn't play is insane. They just don't win without him. So if you look at that alone, you point to that being as a big factor as to why Newcastle don't have a great chance in this game. But yeah, you're right. They are coming off the back of good form, and also that midfield 3 isn't bad, right? Willock, Tonali, Ramsey. It's not a bad midfield. I do find it interesting that City have gone both Ait-Nouri and O'Reilly. I wonder how that's going to work in terms of, I guess it's O'Reilly in midfield.
Yeah, it will be O'Reilly.
Ait-Nouri will be pushing on
midfield 3. Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, I think Bernardo Silva will kind of go forward and Rodri and O'Reilly will sit. So that'll be an interesting dynamic in itself. But yeah, I don't fancy Newcastle for this one, to be honest with you. I don't think it will be a rollover, but like you said, with the record the Man City have against Newcastle anyway, and Man City will be right up for this. And also, I have to say, Semenyo, Haaland and Marmoush, if you can get them on the back of chances, there's a lot of clinical finishes.
If there isn't chances for them, Shirky, Foden, bring those guys on. Reinders on.
Yeah, the best. Yes.
Well, James, I mean, if City win this, what's the psychological impact on the Arsenal players tomorrow, knowing that it's now 2 points if City win tonight, with that game in hand and that game to play at the Etihad as well, how are Arsenal fans and players going to be feeling watching this game if City win?
It's humongous, and I'm sure we'll touch on it in a second as well. But the thing that makes it even more dangerous and more scary from an Arsenal perspective if City were to go on, because in my opinion, the weak point of City this year has been their defence. And when you look at Ruben Diaz next to Mark Gahey, next to Nunes and Aït-Nouri, you're thinking, okay, especially that spine, Donnarumma, Diaz, Gahey, if they can keep them all fit for the rest of the season, I think it's going to be serious problems for the Premier League. I think, yes, they haven't been firing in the same dynamic way, Man City, as they have of late, but I think still their main problem is their defence. I still think they have enough quality and have shown enough quality to be a real threat. And if you're from an Arsenal perspective going in against Tottenham, this is the worst time Arsenal could be playing Tottenham, in my opinion. Yep. Number one, new manager bounce, just sacked Thomas Frank finally, so they're going to have a little bit of pep in their step. Number two, all of those players that were potentially out under Frank are now getting an opportunity to shine under the new manager in a humongous game, which is exactly what you want to get all of the pressure and all of the talking off Spurs. If you can change the narrative into one that is stopping Arsenal from winning the league, that is something that will get every Spurs player up and every Spurs fan up. And the fact that no one's really expecting them, no one really is expecting Spurs to do anything, again, less pressure on them. So but I'm saying if City were to, listen mate, we're weaving you asked me. Listen. Hang on, Alex. Let me rephrase the question. Let me just repeat the question you asked me. You said, if City were to win today against Newcastle, what kind of psychological pressure would that put on from an Arsenal perspective? Hence why I was talking about Arsenal. I didn't just bring it out of nowhere. I was answering your question. So as I said, and you would expect Newcastle to win, City to win today. I think they will get the job done, and it's going to pile so much more pressure on Arsenal. Everyone's going to start talking about them crumbling. It's going to really, really get them on. And then with Tottenham Hotspur coming up, you just know they would love to rub it in their faces. So I think this could be a dangerous weekend for Arsenal.
Hugo Ekatekas in the chat says wafflings from Akimbo. DJ Polar says, calm down, Rambo.
It's a good name, isn't it?
Score predictions then. We'll start with you, Nick. City Newcastle kicks off in 20 minutes.
Let's go 3-1 City, I reckon.
Like a 2-1 till late. Newcastle try and equalise. They catch them on the break, 3-1.
Yeah, or even a 3-0 and then get one.
Okay.
Maybe a little consolation type beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
3-2.
Rams.
Go on, Rams.
Go on, Rams.
Tarzan 2-2.
Oh, well, thanks for listening, mate. Cheers. I said 3-2. 3-2.
I love it. I will go for 2-1 Man City.
Oh, that's mine.
Well, you can have it.
I will have it. Thank you. 2-1 Man City.
How generous of you.
Oh, what a shot in the curling. Sorry, we'll come back to that.
I'll probably go, you know what, this type of game, it might actually be a draw. It might be a draw. I'll go 2-2.
Are you hoping it's a draw?
Of course you're hoping Newcastle win.
You know what it is? I just think with how the Premier League's been this year or this season, everyone's been taking points from each other. And even when we say a game's a given for certain teams, they struggle. You know, we just mentioned about Brentford today. We've had it with all of the teams. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. Yeah. But yeah, Man City having more than enough to get the 3 points and apply more pressure to us. But for me, as an Arsenal fan, I'm expecting them to win. Yeah. I've already in my head, I'm already like, you're 2 points behind us.
Yeah. So, I think that's how, especially when City are on your tails. Trust me, I've been there and I've seen it and I've had it happen to me. When they're on your tails, you just assume they win.
Yeah,
City in the running. I think I saw a stat about the running points and City in the running points are just insane.
Like, they don't lose title races.
They just don't. Yeah,
they literally don't. Lose
and don't you know it too well, mate?
Well, that's what I just said, mate.
I feel like
14 games unbeaten. John Stones off the line.
Yeah, when you were in the Championship, that was. Yeah. I'm surprised you watched that. We've got 4-0 in the chat for City, says Teddy Mac.
Sorry, to cut you
We've got 4-0, says Terry Mac again. Buddha says 3-1 City. Tuna so erratic. Ryan, anything could happen, says Tel. I'm hoping 2-2, says Ryan, the Arsenal fan. But I can't see it. Speaking of Arsenal, it's just the worst time, like James was saying, to play Spurs, is it not, tomorrow, Qualms, at a 4:30 kickoff in a new manager bounce stadium that's going to be bouncing. Did you hear Tim Sherwood today?
What did he say?
He said, if I was a Spurs fan going to that
heard
game
him.
tomorrow, I'd go in there and go,
It's
second
happening
again, it's happening again.
Yeah.
I mean,
they will do.
Is
Yeah,
that what's coming your way tomorrow?
No, it shouldn't be. Again, it's a game where you look at our opponents where they're sitting in the table. Was it? Oh wait, I got to scroll.
Yeah, you got to go
all the way
down,
down, innit? Yeah, 16th. Where you lot are sitting 16th, we should on paper win it, but obviously we know with the North London derby, form goes out of the window. I'm looking at, for me as an Arsenal fan, I'm looking at the response. I listened to Arteta, I listened to Declan Rice and what they said. They know that they're more than capable of getting results. But we just need to see it transferred onto the pitch. I think that's the biggest frustration, is that we do all the talking, the fans do all the talking, but then we don't back it up in the important games. This is a vital game for us, because I feel if we drop points, even if we get a draw, it's not good enough. And to me, that means that you're conceding the title to Man City. And we've given them more than enough opportunities this season to get back in. So, yeah, if these lot want to stand up and if they actually want to win a title, tomorrow is the perfect game for us to show it, in my opinion.
Liv, when you think back to the Wolves game, Declan Rice here says the Wolves draw was sickening. What a shot, by the way. That is in the curling. Great Britain back on top, mate.
But who's going to be curling it in tomorrow?
Oh, it's very good.
It's a curling watch along.
Winter Olympics watch along.
Winter Wonderland watch along. Just come and gone, that. But back to you, Liv. That draw, according to Declan Rice, was sickening. What happens mentality-wise if Arsenal lose tomorrow? Do you almost concede the title at that stage, even though you'd be 2 points clear still?
Yeah, I mean, it's Tottenham. We have to win anyway. But in the precarious position we are in right now, there's so much pressure, and these players can either go out and show them what we're about, or they can crumble under the pressure, which some say is already happening. I personally don't think that way. I don't think the players were nervous against Wolves. I don't think they were nervous. I think maybe Arteta might have been. Yeah. But in the way that he's been. I agree. And you know what? I've heard a lot of people going to the last few matches at the Emirates that the fans, you can feel a palpable sort of, which is, it does trickle down. But if we don't win tomorrow, and I hear it, new stadium, new manager bounce, but they're 4 points off of relegation.
But all that goes out the window tomorrow.
I don't think it does.
Well, I'll tell you.
I don't think.
Surely.
Actually, you say about the atmosphere at home. Do you think it's almost then not potentially a blessing in disguise that is away from home? Is that Tottenham? Yeah,
could
almost
be.
a blessing in disguise,
absolutely.
so you don't have all that nervous energy around the stadium.
Could be.
Because also, if you get a goal up or if you start the game well, Tottenham fans being the way they are at the moment, they're so quick to turn.
Tomorrow. First 50-50, it's so crucial.
Everything from the goalkeeper. Look at David Raya, what he done. He's flapping around in the Wolves game.
Flappy bird.
Just keep it simple. The communication needs to be good. Timber didn't have the best of games. We could reel off all of the players. They have to rectify it, and it's down to them. We as fans, we support them. I've supported them throughout the season. I've backed them to go through to this title. But if they're not putting in these performances, how can we support it anymore?
At the start of the week, honestly, when I was asked by my colleagues and how do you feel about this Wolves match, I was significantly more nervous about the Wolves match than I was about tomorrow.
You had every reason to
well, exactly. So, and I think that was because, first of all, the last time we played Wolves, we did not play well. We were terrible. We didn't score once. We somehow won 2-1 from 2 own goals. So, and it just has Arsenal written all over it, doesn't it? To drop points to a team like that. It's just people. I can't explain exactly why it happens, but it does seem to happen.
There's no excuses, and this is what I've said from day one. Arteta's got the players that he wanted. We already knew about the injuries that he could possibly have. We know about how many games, back-to-back games. There's no excuses. As James mentioned about it being, I'm glad it's not at the Emirates, because I don't even want to have that safety cushion of, oh yeah, we're playing them at home. No, I want it backs against the wall. Can you man step up and actually put in a performance? Gabriel Jesus, what he was doing after the game, it's the same thing that Martinelli was doing at Liverpool at Anfield, where he was pushing off, what's his name? My man who got injured.
That was
Conor
a
Bradley.
misunderstanding.
Why not show that in the game? Why not show a little bit of muscle, a little bit of aggression? That's the bit that frustrates me, is that we're choosing
Lend him some of your muscles.
Yeah, I bloody would. I would give him 100% more. But yeah, no, for us, it is down to Arteta this game and how he sets up the team. If he puts Eze in number 10, I know he scored a hat-trick against them last, but if he does it now in Eze's current form, I don't think we're going to get the best of him. Trossard and Martinelli do not deserve to start the game. Put Eze on the left, put Saka at number 10, put Madueke on the right, and I guarantee you'll get more output. That's all I'm going to say. And I've been saying it week after week. Everyone's laughed at me, but this is the only way, the other way. If you want to put Martinelli on the left-hand side, I'm telling you, we're going to fail. If you put Trossard on the left-hand side, we will fail.
What?
Eze.
Wow, a rant.
But when Eze has played on the left, maybe at the beginning of the season, you could just tell he didn't want to be there. Like, he was kept drifting into the middle and he weren't wide enough.
On the left, and then he'll drift. But I'm just saying, look at the output that he's had in comparison to Trossard and Martinelli, in the sense of Eze is much more of an impact player. Trossard can't. Look at how their performance was. They couldn't even find a 5-yard pass. Martinelli, look how many chances he's had in front of goal. Clinical chances, Nottingham Forest, the Wolves game, where we can go 2-1 ahead or we can go 3-0 ahead, and that's it. The game is put to bed. Instead, what is he doing? He's antagonising the Wolves fans, putting 2-1 up, and then we go and end up drawing. So these are the things I look at. These are the things I'm looking at. But yeah, for me, it's how Arteta sets up the team. It's going to be a crucial game. I just don't want it to be a draw. That's the one thing I'd say.
Sorry, quickly. Do you actually think he's going to do anything different, though? Just knowing this guy, knowing how stubborn he is.
He'll go safety first, and that's the thing that frustrates me. And that's the difference between him and Pep Guardiola. He's willing to take risks, and that's why he's been so successful. Arteta hasn't learned that yet, and he puts too much faith in these players, and they haven't been putting in the performances which is worthy of them starting. So that's why I'm saying you've got this high expectation for Eze, and you're saying he made a mistake against Aston Villa, so that's the reason why I'm dropping him. But how many mistakes have I've seen from all the other players, and why are they still starting the next game?
Trust.
The wheels are falling off.
Sounds like it.
I'm actually all right, everybody. Do you know what I'm not panicking yet. I'm okay.
Don't get me wrong, I'm fine. I believe in my team.
Don't sound it, mate.
Yeah, see, that's the energy I want to hear going into a derby. You, mate.
I've been saying this week in, week out, regardless of us winning games. I've said I haven't been happy with the way that we've been winning it. You can't just keep winning on set pieces and free kicks. You have to show me something more, and it's in the attacking area where we're diminishing. Defensively, we've relied too much on defense, and that's the reason why now it's unraveling. So this is where they need to step up.
Right. A couple of chats here before we get score predictions. If we win the Carabao, no Prem Arteta walk, says Dr. DR. If Arsenal don't win the game, it's over, says Ryan. Spurs isn't going to win. Arsenal have it easy, says Van in the chat. Arsenal will win nothing with Arteta, says BK as well. Our game should be on Netflix next season if we don't win the league, says Abdi as well. Score predictions, we'll start with you, Nick.
It's tough. Tottenham is still a wounded animal, let's not forget. I know we've spoken a lot about Arsenal here, but Tottenham, there's a lot of injuries still there. Romero's not there. That's a big miss for them. But because of the context and circumstances, I will go for 2-2, and it will be an entertaining.
Little Desmond.
For the Gunners, that.
I don't see that.
Listen, mate. This is.
I'm listening.
Is he gonna get there?
This will be good.
You guys are not serious, mate. Every 2 seconds, saying this guy going. Random shot on the curling, very distracting. Listen, mate, it's form is temporary and class is permanent, and I expect nothing more than an absolute dishing Well, I messed up my lines.
So you're watching too much curling.
I am, mate. It's him. He's getting in my head. He's getting in my head rent free. But I expect nothing less than an absolute dispatching of Tottenham Hotspur by Arsenal. Listen, mate. Arsenal. Mate, it's Arsenal Spurs. Arsenal always dish them up. Spurs, they build themselves up. They get to the North London derby, they get whacked. I mean, how many years did we see under Wenger them just getting slapped around like silly, especially at the Emirates. And I expect no different tomorrow. Listen, mate, it's the curling, mate. It's the curling. You're seeing this guy move his hands around.
We have got a curling-based chat.
Well, there you go, mate.
AGT likes curling now. Liverpool pissed up 500 million up the wall.
Is that irrelevant?
But I think Arsenal will have enough. When it comes to the North London derby, generally, more often than not, they do turn up and they do show the difference in quality, and I think it will be a 3-1. But I think an early goal is imperative. As you said, with the atmosphere and the nerves and stuff, whoever gets that first goal is going to change it.
For both teams.
Early goal for Arsenal completely alleviates the pressure. Tottenham now have to come and try and break them down. And we've seen how good Arsenal can be when they have something to defend and they can hit you on the counter-attack. As you said, kind of with the City one, maybe a 1-0, 2-1 or something. Spurs come in, try and gamble, and they hit them on a counter-attack, something like that.
I'm going to go 2-2.
I'm going 2-0 to the Arsenal. No Romero. Also no Solanke. Apparently he's ill.
Ooh, that's news to me.
Tudor has said he's not going to be available. I think he's I think he doesn't want the smoke. But I think I'm going 2-0 to the Arsenal. Again, it would be typical if we bottled it with Wolves and then came back. It's like just as you lose a bit of hope, they just give you a bit more just so they can kill you again next week.
It's a beautiful game.
So I could see that happening.
It's a beautiful game.
What you got, man?
Call it?
Yeah, no, it's okay. Going back to what James said about if we get the early goal. The thing is, if we got the early goal, I would be more worried about us getting an early goal because of.
Can you score too early sometimes?
It's not about scoring too early. I just feel I feel like it's with the state in which we've been playing. We're never able to kill off a game, and we'll score a goal, but then we start sitting back. We get more defensive minded. Whereas I just want us to go, not all out attack, but obviously to just go for it. But yeah, away from home, if you score the first goal, it's going to silence them. But I don't think that means it's game, set, and match. I just think we have to really kill them off. I don't want just 1-0. So I'm going with a 2-1. I'm going with a 2-1 win, but it's going to be a close game because they are going to put up a fight because they haven't got nothing to lose. They literally haven't got nothing to lose. No players, hardly any of the players.
Well, could be on the verge of relegation, mate. So we've got too far. How many points is it now?
Status to lose.
Well, hang on. They are now only 4 points off the drop.
They will take a loss to us, and this is what Abby said when she was on last time.
To make sure you don't win the league.
She said, to make sure we don't win the league, she would rather them lose another 3 points. That's what she's more.
How does that make sense? If they lose to you, how's that going to help you not win the league?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, they rather just.
Yeah, but that's gone out the window now because obviously they drew to City.
Or they rather win. They rather take 3 points from us, or just make sure that we don't get a win in order. In order for us to lose the title. So yeah.
Well, actually, you just showed me the injuries and suspensions. I mean, just rattle off some of those names there for Spurs.
All right, Davies, big one. Come on now. Sorry. I'm sorry. Romero is of course suspended. Udogi, Danso, Porro, Kulusevski, Maddison, Bergvall, Bentancur, Kudus, Richarlison, and Odegaard.
Got injuries.
Brother,
No. You've got to be fair to him.
Hold on, let me land. Your injury list is Havertz, Dalman, Marino.
No, but if you asked us a week or two ago, it would have been a lot more.
Exactly.
We've just had all our players come back.
We're talking about tomorrow, aren't we?
We're talking about tomorrow.
We're not talking about last week.
But I agree with you. They've had the worst injury
win.
crisis this season out of all the teams, and they're not little injuries. They've had long-term injuries.
That's their own fault, though, because they have the same windows that everyone else did.
Yeah, but
right?
Well, we're not making excuses. We're just telling the story of the game, mate. We're telling the story of the game.
Well, look, guys, 3 minutes until the end of the show. I need a score prediction for Crystal Palace Wolves.
Crystal Palace at home?
Yeah. The Strand Larsen derby.
Well, true. You know what? I'm going to go for like a 1-1. I reckon.
I see 1-0.
Yeah.
Palace slumping.
Wolves will do him 2-1.
Glasner could get the sack.
I hope.
Yeah, he could go. I think he should go. If you've come out in October.
Mate, honestly, by the way, can I just say, any
Yeah.
Palace fans, I've seen Palace fans, by the way, disgusting, saying he's tactically inept and saying Glasner out, mate. That is revolting. After what? No, just I've seen it all over social media. And that is poor, mate. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. He won the FA Cup and the community. Yeah, with good reason.
They put
With
him in
good
that
reason, he threw them
situation.
under the bus. He's here. They are here.
So chicken and the egg.
If they're going to win conference, it's going to be because of him.
This is a winner.
I'll go 2-1 Palace.
1-0 Palace.
1-0 Palace.
2-1 Palace.
Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. Start with UK.
3-0 Forest.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm joking.
Again.
Nah, Liverpool 2-0.
Liverpool 2-0 away. I'll take that. Liv?
1-1.
1-0. I'll go Liverpool 3-1 away. Jay?
I need you to do us a favour, so you won't. So I'm going to go 2-2.
Logic.
Exactly, that's what I mean. You won't do us a favour, so I'm going to go 2-2.
And then that we will do.
I do want you to, which is exactly why you won't. That's why I'm saying 2-2.
Okay.
I'm going to go for like 2-1 Liverpool win.
2-1 Liverpool. Sunderland, Fulham.
Sunderland at home. I'm going to go 3-1 Sunderland.
Ooh, big one that.
2-1 Fulham. I think Sunderland are slowly dropping,
Still haven't lost at
and
home,
they will
though.
continue to
Yeah,
drop.
they have, mate.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, only just.
Winning away at the
just.
Stadium Lights, not for everyone, is it?
Yeah, but they will tail off, man. They're starting to tail off,
we
I
beat
think.
you, hold that as well. I'll go 2-1 Sunderland.
3-1 Sunderland.
3-1 to the Black Cats. 1-0 to the Black Cats. And then, of course, Everton, Manchester United is on Monday. Quickly, we'll just do quick score prediction because you're here.
3-1 United.
3-1 United away from home at the Dick and Dom. Fantastic.
They've had like 3 weeks off anyway.
I know. 12 days. Right, don't forget tomorrow we're back on here live at 4 o'clock for the big one, the one you've all been waiting for this season. Robbie versus X, and Cecil versus Abby. We can do that. Fuad versus Laurie, all of that good stuff. Right, it's the North London derby. I can't wait. We'll be back here at 4 o'clock for that tomorrow, followed by FCM, and then we're all sat around the table on Monday, the normal panel. Myself, Nick, James, Liv, and Qualms. Round of applause for everyone in the studio. It's a good show, that. It was.
And a round of applause for yourself as well.
Yeah,
No, I don't need that.
best host.
No.
Come on.
Right, guys, smash that like button, get your comments in. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. I hope you've enjoyed the show. All the best. Take care.
Be here. Listen, lots of people have been asking me, Robbie, how have you managed to lose so much weight? And I feel so much better for it. And it has been a journey. But these two little things here, Optimum Day and Optimum Night, have really, really helped me on my weight loss journey. This Optimum Day, what it does, it helps you to curb your cravings. It really helps with your metabolism and just really just stabilizes things. And I swear by this. I absolutely swear by this. And then the Optimum Night, what this one does, I take these before I go to bed at night, helps you to have a much better, deeper sleep, makes you relax, makes you sleep, and makes your body recover. And these pills, I mean, listen, they're not magic pills, but they're all natural, and they have really, really helped me in my weight loss journey, and I really, really swear by them. So if you want to get your hands on these, scan the QR code in the description right now, or click the link down below, and you can get 70% off your first order with the Optimum Day and Optimum Night by Oxford Natural. As I said, these have been essential tools in my weight loss journey. Of course, there's no magic to it. You've got to eat less, you've got to go to the gym, you've got to do all those things. But these two have really, really helped me, and I recommend them very, very highly. So once again, if you want to get them and get 70% off your first order, all you've got to do is scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description, and you get 70% off your first order.